Welcome to the Nathaneal Podcast. Today we have special guest Charlie Bennett. He is a ghostwriter, now has built a consulting business, if I'm not mistaken, BD Labs with Kai Cabero, and held to six figures in 2 years, correct? Or 1 year?
1 year.
1 year. But now you scaled to six figures in 2 months.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It goes quicker the more experienced you are.
Yeah. So he's a ghostwriter. He writes for clients that were featured in Time, Forbes, Bloomberg, and HuffPost. Welcome, Charlie.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Nice to be here.
So the reason why I invited you, because dude, I'm a ghostwriter. So this is a treat for me because I get to pick the brain of one of the best ghostwriters on X and LinkedIn.
Pick away, my friend. Pick away. Happy to answer whatever.
All right, man. So you left your 9 to 5 before, right? And your 9 to 5, if I'm not mistaken, is like you were a sales rep, right?
Yeah. So I worked in recruitment for 5 and a bit years, which was fun. Taught me a lot about sales. Taught me a lot about customer acquisition, customer retention, cold calling, cold email, all sorts of stuff. So gave me a really good education in business and entrepreneurship, even though I was working for another company. And then, quit my job, and I just got bored of working in a corporate business and wanted to do something a bit different. Wanted to have something myself, have a bit of freedom, just enjoy what I did more effectively. So quit that and started ghostwriting. And fortunately, it picked up very quickly. There's a lot of transferable skills that go from recruitment to business in general, entrepreneurship in general. So I fell on my feet to a certain extent. Can't complain. But it was an interesting time, that's for sure. It was an interesting time.
What made you go for ghostwriting?
Honestly, it paid well. That was the only thing. It was okay. So I've always been fairly good at writing. I've always been quite artistic as a person. I can draw. I can do all sorts of stuff. But writing, I've always found quite enjoyable. So I knew I had the skill for it, or I knew I could learn the skill. I looked at there was email marketing, which I thought, okay, I could do that, but didn't really interest me that much. Then I saw ghostwriting, and I was like, people are making 3, 4, 5K a month from clients. I was like, I'll have a bit of that, please. So decided to learn ghostwriting, and that's literally it. It paid really good money, and it was accessible. It was low barrier to entry, fairly easy to learn.
Right. And you joined at around 2022, correct?
Yeah, end of 22, November time. So it was sort of as ghostwriting was on the way up. I'd say there was a few big ghostwriters, but it wasn't that big, that popular. It was getting popular, right? But it wasn't I got in sort of before, I guess, the wave crested.
Yeah.
Which is a good time. So it grew quite quickly, and plenty of clients are out there, so it wasn't too bad. I can't complain.
And how did you get into that? Did you first go on LinkedIn or X? How was your journey from quitting your 9 to 5 and then going to the ghostwriting scene?
I started growing on X September 22. Well, originally I made an account on X I've always had an account anyway on Twitter back then, since 2011. But I made a new account for marketing stuff, and I was originally talking about email marketing. So I sort of grew that to 200 followers. Didn't really know what the fuck I was doing. I was kind of just working out as I went along. Made loads of mistakes, and I quit that. And I thought, right, I'm going to start again and do it properly. So made a new account on the ghostwriting side in September. Obviously knew of some of the big ghostwriters at the time, like Danko, JK Molina, Dakota. Obviously those guys are still around, but back then they were smaller and were sort of known as ghostwriters, not as the stuff they're doing now. So I kind of followed their lead to a certain extent. I found that there wasn't a lot of education around ghostwriting. You couldn't just learn it; you had to work it out. And all of the top ghostwriters, they weren't giving away the source for free. You had, unless you knew them and you were friends with them or you were paying them, they weren't going to teach you. So I had to reverse engineer everything they did to work out what their tactics were, which was really interesting. But I started a little bit before I quit my job. I think I had about 400 followers when I quit. About that. Wasn't a lot.
So you didn't take any program like coaching or courses. You just like experimented on your own.
Straight in. Yeah, I didn't want to spend like $5,000-$6,000 on a program when I didn't really have the money. If I'm honest, I was fucking piss broke. So I wasn't broke. I have a house, but like I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have like $5,000 lying around that I could play with. So I was like, I need to make money quickly to pay the bills, pay the mortgage, keep the lights on, stuff like that. So I didn't really have the money to spend. So I tried lots of stuff. I wrote loads of content. I tried all the different growth tactics, and I just effectively tried to find what was working, like what would work at the time. And it's all very cyclical growth stuff. It all changes depending on the time, what's popular at the moment, what people are liking, what people are engaging with, etc. So back then it was, certain things like those horrible viral threads, the 10 websites that should be illegal, stuff like that.
Right.
They were such shocking threads. There was loads of those. I kind of avoided those. I wanted to build an audience based off more than that, and I really wanted to not just get followers but get clients. So I had a real specific focus when I first started of just trying to basically not like provide value but also just prove competence as much as I possibly could. And yeah, thankfully it worked out. It was an interesting time trying to work it all out. It was funny.
Because for me, I did the exact opposite, man. Like, dude, I had like 5,000 in my savings back then, but like, thank God for payment plans. You know what I mean? I was able to buy a bunch of, because I didn't know where to start. So I was also like working, sort of, and I was even university. I was working like night shifts, 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. Then I go to university. Yeah. And that I would write on Quora just because like I just found it enjoyable to write. And I would just repost like the answers that I got. I just repost it on Twitter. And then I blew up on Twitter like 700 in a day or something, or a week, something like that.
Nice.
And I just went all in, but I didn't know what to do. So I just spent a shit ton of courses and coaches.
BizOp addict.
Yeah, dude. And I was like, I invested in 13,000 worth of coaches and courses, but like I only had 5,000 in my bank account. So like,
fair play. Takes some balls to do that.
So actually, like next month is my last payment for the most expensive course that I want. Until now, I'm still paying for it.
Oh my God. Oh, dude. No, just get clients.
But the thing is, it was really hard. I don't know if this is what you experience as well. Maybe, I don't know, because like right now, I find it hard to close clients, and I don't want to make excuses, right? But I feel like the thing is, there's so many people who are offering the same thing that it's kind of hard to stand out.
Yeah, the way you stand out is by not offering the same thing as everybody else. Don't offer stuff. But it sounds silly, but don't offer. I've never had an offer. I don't offer anything. I don't say, I'll get you X amount of followers in Y time. I've never done that because frankly, everyone does it and very few people can deliver on it. Yeah. So what I've always done is I let my personality lead and I let my content show my competence. And then when I jump on calls with people, I just ask what the problems they're having. I never pitch before I ask. And I let the client basically sell themselves by telling me all the problems they have. And then all my job is to go, okay, I can fix that. And here's the proof. That is literally it. That is closing clients. That's closing clients. There you go, nutshell.
Right.
I'll have that $10,000, please, now.
But how do you get them on? Because I assume you do that on a call. Or how do you start that conversation with them?
It depends really. I get a lot through inbound now, and I always did. I set my stuff up deliberately for inbound at the start because I'd literally just done 5 years of cold outreach. I really didn't want to do anymore, so I set up just to do inbound, and it worked quite well. Really deep dive threads, long form posts, lead magnet, stuff like that. I had them all just basically leading to a website landing page where I had a book a call link. Right. So it was I basically streamlined my funnel so much that there was nowhere else I could go. If you look at funnels these days, you've got content, bio, lead magnet, newsletter, fucking 10 emails, and then they get an offer. It's just so stupid. I don't get it. It's dumb. Like people have a problem they want fixing, give it to them. Like there's enough clients out there. Okay, here's my theory. People are pitching the wrong type of people. They are so like loads of ghostwriters. I give ghostwriting as an example.
Yeah.
So you look at ghostwriters. They're all trying to educate people on why they should hire a ghostwriter. Right? Wrong thing to do. Do not educate people. You don't want to work with people that need educating about ghostwriting. You want to work with people that know they need a ghostwriter. It's a different level of awareness entirely. So I just basically position myself as the obvious option for the people that knew they needed a ghostwriter. So all of my competition just sit and show people why they need a ghostwriter, and then when they want to hire someone, they come to me because I'm the obvious option, because I just provide proof, case studies, etc., and I'm sick on calls. So that's really it. Like everyone's trying to pitch the wrong people. Like to give like a football analogy, right? Everyone's trying to shoot from like 40 yards out, and I'm on the penalty spot tapping them in. Like, why would you make your life harder than it needs to be? Just like go where the goal is.
Right.
And that's it really. It's, inbound, you can do a lot of that. Like inbound's amazing for that sort of stuff. Outreach, I've started doing a lot more outreach recently for the new office and stuff. And again, outreach, people do it so wrong. They either pitch slap you with the first message, or they don't pitch quick enough, don't get to the freaking point. It's like, hey, how are you? How's your journey? Like, fuck off, leave me alone. I don't care. I'm not going to share my journey with you. I have people that message me saying like, I want to get to know you. I'm like, respectfully, I don't have time. I run a business. I don't want to chit chat in the DMs. Yeah. It sounds horrible, but it's the case. It's the truth. And it's the same for all business people. Like I sit on Twitter, like it's a business for me. It's not a hobby. It makes me money. It pays my bills. So for me, I don't want to sit and spend loads of time networking. I'm like, I'll do it if it makes sense to my business, but I'm not going to do it just for the fun of it. And I think that's where people go wrong with outreach or networking. It's like there has to be an intention to it.
Right.
And it should always be that there is a mutually beneficial outcome to it. You shouldn't just network with your own, just purely with yourself in mind. You should be able to provide value to the other person you're networking with. But at the same time, like, do it intentionally. Don't just do it for the fun of it. It's a waste of time. Anyway, back to DMs. So yeah, it's either pitch slapping straight away, or it's this like long drawn out networking. And frankly, like a DM, like the sole purpose of DM outreach is to get people on a call. This is where everyone again fucks it up. They're trying to sell in the DMs. They're trying to, Google Docs, all this rubbish, right? Yeah, they work and people like them. But when you're pitching cold, it doesn't work cold. It works warm. Like Google Docs work warm, not cold. So if you're going purely cold, you need to qualify people first. Like, hey, how is business going for you? What are you working on this week? Open questions, make it as warm as you can by only messaging people that engage with you or follow you or whatever. Or, the classic, like, saw you commented on this post, thought I'd say hi. Get that,
Jesus
get
Christ.
that a lot on LinkedIn. Yeah, it's bad, isn't it? But the point is it's like it kind of warms the outreach up slightly because it's like recognizing that they've already seen you before, so it's like a pattern recognition thing.
Yeah.
But do that and then just what are you working on this week? Oh, cool. Working on this. Oh, how are you finding that? What problems are you having? Question. Qualify. Oh, interesting. Well, if I could help you with that, is that something you're worth having a call about? Oh yeah, maybe. Cool. Here's a book a call link. What problems are you having? Blah blah blah. I can solve that. Here's the proof. Do you want to pay me? Thank you. But it is simple. It really is. Everyone overcomplicates it. Like outreach is not hard, but getting clients is not hard if you keep it really simple. What everyone does is they add 10 steps when they need one,
right?
Or they try and get too clever with it. Like fundamentally, if people have a problem they're going to look for a solution, like they've already made a decision they're going to buy. They've already made that decision. You just need to be the person they buy from. At least that's how I see it. That's how it's worked out for me.
It's interesting though,
and it's not just.
But
it's not just what I do now. I look back to my recruitment days, right? And we used to do two kinds of like BD, business development. Like number one was networking, getting to know people, the long game. And it was always like, I can help you, and if you ever need a job in the future, blah blah blah. Right? You message clients, that stuff. But then there was the other one where if I knew a client had a need, like I knew that someone had just left that company, I'm calling that client up and saying, "Hi, I've got this candidate that can go work for you tomorrow. Do you need them?" I know that they need to hire.
Right.
I have the best product, they'll buy. It's simple as that. Just be that person. If they're ready to buy, give them what they want.
It's really just about qualification and just looking for the right person. It's not really about the process or anything. Or, I mean, of course, it's the process. There's, there's the right way to talk to people, the right way to pitch them. But like the way you frame it is roots down to like, are you actually talking to the right person?
Your sole job as a salesman is to qualify.
Yeah.
That's your job. Qualify, and once you know that they are, if you've qualified someone 100%, then they're ready to buy, because you have asked them so many questions and you've shown them that you've worked out that they are the perfect candidate. But the perfect candidate to buy from you, they will buy from you.
Yeah.
So like, all you then need to do is just be there. Like, here's the solution. Here's the proof it works. That is all it is.
Interesting.
Same with outreach. Same with inbound. Same with calls. Again, calls, like I see a lot of people that use like call frameworks. They'll jump on and they'll be like, "So, Mr. Client, today we're going to discuss this. Is that okay with you?" It's like, oh, God, it's so cringe. It's so cringe. Everyone knows what's happening. I'm like, oh, okay, you're going to pitch me now. Yeah, cool. Can you just get to the freaking point, please? I jump on calls and I start by saying something really weird. I'll say something like, "Oh my God, it's like, is that your house? That's amazing. I love that chandelier behind you. Oh, dude, that chain's wicked." I'll kind of I'll say something weird or like unusual, just to kind of get them out of this trance if it's a sales call.
Yeah.
So I had a client.
Nice hat,
have
dude,
a client actually. Yeah. So I have this client at the moment, New York Stock Exchange listed founder that I write for, and I jumped on a call and I said, "Oh, that's a really cool Zoom background." He's like, "Oh, it's not a Zoom background. It's a 15-foot screen behind me in my office." I was like, "Oh, okay. I'll just shut up then." You get a bit of that. But the point I was trying to make is like, you like pattern shift almost. Try something different. Like, jog them out of that I'm gonna be on a sales call kind of vibe, and then it's just asking questions. I literally say to okay, first question I ask is like, "So what's going on? Give me some background." Like, as open as you can possibly get. I'm not, so tell me why you want a ghostwriter. I'm like, tell me what's going on. Give me some background context. And they go, "Oh, well, business needs to grow. Business is great, but we need to get more clients on board." And they'll tell you all their problems. They'll tell you all the things, all the reasons why they're looking to hire somebody. And then from that, I know what to pitch them. I know how to position what I'm going to tell them. So if a client says, "Oh, we got loads of clients, but no one knows me," then I'm like, okay, so you want to build a big personal brand. You want loads of followers. You want, high engagement. You want that sort of stuff. If a client says, "Well, we're trying to drive more business, and at the moment, like our current channels aren't really cutting the mustard. We need to do more." Cool, lead gen, perfect. And then I just tell them, I give them what they want.
Right.
I'm not pitching some abstract thing. I'm not pitching the same thing every time. I pitch different things depending on the situation. It's like a tactical offer.
Yeah.
I pitch different things at different times. So, a client says they want to grow their email list. Cool, perfect. Well, here's how we do that. We build a high quality lead magnet. We drive content that drives to that lead magnet, and we make the lead magnet work within your funnel and your offer ladder. So it makes perfect sense for the clients to potentially sign up with you in the future. Oh, great. That's great, Charlie. Thanks so much. It's like, you pitch different things based on what they need, what they're looking for. Yeah. Don't never pitch the same thing.
And then how do you price that though?
Swamped. Sorry?
How do you price that? Because like, for example, you do something else for one client, you do something else for one client. Is it the same pricing, or do you also like?
Depends on the client. Depends on the size of the client. Depends on the goals. So, for example, if it's a smaller client, like a solopreneur or a small founder-led company, then I'll probably charge like $2,500 a month. But if it's an enterprise client, and like I've got a client at the moment who an average deal size for them is $250,000. So if I get them one client, I pay for myself like 4 or 5 times over for the whole year. So I'll charge them $4,000 a month, because what I'm giving them in value is significantly higher.
Like, value based.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a higher magnitude effectively. So I do it on a scale really, but usually between those two.
Very interesting. So can you tell me more about, because now I'm curious how you close your first client, like ghostwriting client.
Exactly how I just told you.
Is it inbound, or like did you outreach?
Inbound.
How'd it go?
Inbound. So, well, I was networking and I got introduced to them. So I was doing some networking. I was just chatting with people, and I got introduced by someone who knew someone who needed a ghostwriter. And he's like, "Oh, you guys should talk." So I was like, "Okay, cool." Jumped on a call. I was going to pitch this guy like $500 for a month. I was going to pitch him so low, and the guy that I spoke to was like, "No." He's like, "No, like pitch him like $2,000." I was like, "No, I can't." He's like, "Okay, so pitch him $2,000 and say you'll do him a discount for the first 3 months of $1,500. I was like, "Nah, that's a lot, isn't it?" Anyway, got on the call and I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to ask. I said, it's $1,500. And he went, okay. I was like, okay, cool. This is great. This is great fun. And I retained him for like 9-10 months. We worked together for ages. It's the other thing people don't talk about is retention. The lifetime value of clients. It's really important. But so I signed him. That was okay. Here's a good story. So I signed my first client the day I handed my notice in for my job.
Damn.
I literally handed my notice in, went to the pub for a beer to say goodbye, went home, jumped on a call, signed my first client. I thought I was the fucking
That's
boss,
sick.
mate. I thought I was the boss. Came downstairs and spoke to my girlfriend. I was like, got my first client. She was like, oh, it's amazing. I was like, yeah, I did. I know. Mate, I thought I was the business. It was so funny. It was, that's pretty much what I've done the whole time. A lot of inbound stuff. The more that, I think like the longer you do it and the longer you're in the market, the more inbound you get naturally anyway.
So, and how long was this until like from the day you started Twitter, ghostwriting? I mean, like writing on Twitter.
Month and a half.
Okay.
Something like that. I mean, like literally from the creation of the account, like a month and a half, maybe. I probably started writing maybe 2-3 weeks before I signed that client, but then I was doing it at work and stuff. I wasn't really like focused much. It's perfect proof that you don't need loads of followers to get clients. Like it's just irrelevant. It really is irrelevant. If you know what you're doing, you know how to pitch properly. We know how to do like client acquisition the right way.
Yeah.
You just don't need followers. It's just a good platform to open up conversations more than anything else.
And how did you go from X? Because I assume you started on X, right?
Yeah.
And how did you like go to LinkedIn? What made you go to LinkedIn?
I just started writing on there because I realized X was getting harder and harder to get clients because the market was getting flooded with just like cheap shit offers and people over-promising, under-delivering, which kind of killed the market for everyone for a little bit of time. It's better now, but it went for a really rough patch. So I went on LinkedIn and thought like, sod it, I'm just going to grab one here. Like, I had clients. I wasn't like crying for money. I had time to basically build something out on LinkedIn, and it was so much easier to get clients. It's insane. Like LinkedIn, I get clients come to me almost every other week, warm, inbound, ready to sign up, because you just put yourself in a situation where you're in front of them. Right. You write interesting content and you just are like in their eye line, they'll hire you. And also with LinkedIn, a lot of the clients that like say want to do lead gen or they want to, build a bigger branding around their like colleagues or peers or whatever, they all want to do it on LinkedIn because that's where everyone is. So that's where business happens. Whereas X is a kind of weird platform where you've got VC. A lot of VCs are on X. You've got a lot of creators, but frankly, a lot of creators are broke. So not exactly the best market to sell to. There's a lot of solopreneurs, but again, like a lot of them now looking at LinkedIn, YouTube. I think X has kind of lost a bit of the appeal it once had from building personal brands. It's still good if you know what you're doing, but it's probably not the best is what I would say. But I moved to LinkedIn just out of trying something new more than anything else. And kind of stuck with it, to be honest with you. Stuck with it. It made sense.
So just going back to like your offer, you kind of do. So is it like, would you say that you kind of do social media management depending on what they need? So you also send DMs, all that stuff, or no?
I would never call it that anyway, because you devalue yourself. Social media management. I never use the word social media ever, because everyone has this interpretation in their mind of like, oh, social media marketing. It's like, no, not that, because then you're paying some fucking idiot like 400 quid to do it for you. Like, I'm not doing that. You need a position as a premium service. So what I do is I'm a premium option where I will come in and I will solve a specific problem in a unique mechanism for you. I'll do it in a certain way. So it's unique based on the client, and all based on what the specific client's situation is. I just tell people, what do I tell people? I don't think I don't have a title for myself. I don't say I do content. I don't say I'm a ghostwriter. I kind of just advertise myself, to a bit. I mean, on LinkedIn, I've got the business on there, which people click on and go through that funnel, and that says maybe content agency, something like that.
Yeah.
I would never call myself I wouldn't call myself a social media marketing or like social media management. It depends. So with the ghostwriting stuff,
but you just do really content.
Yeah, pretty much. I just do content. I occasionally help with lead magnets, but I don't do any outreach stuff. Like that's on top. You have to pay more for that.
Dude, what am I doing with my life?
You need to sell to the right people. People out there will pay you $4K a month to write content.
Yeah.
Trust me. They will pay you. You just need to find them. You need to go to them.
This is our second conversation. You told me this before, and I'm like, now I'm just being slapped, like reality slapped again. Because, dude, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just because, like, I don't even know where that came from. All I'm thinking of is just like over deliver, which still doesn't make sense. I can over deliver without
over deliver is the standard. If you're not over delivering, you're shit. That's not flex. Over delivering is the base level. You should always aim to over deliver. If that's like your standard of this is amazing, like no, go higher than that. Over delivering standard these days. It's over delivering for the right people. It's finding the right audience, the right kind of people. If you over deliver for them, you find the right audience, and then you do a good job, they will refer you to all of their friends, all of their network. And once you're in those networks, if you continue to do a good job, then it's like shooting fish in a barrel. It's so easy. But like, you just need to get in there. You need to find the opportunities that are out there. And they are out there. You just need to put yourself in the position to have the opportunities find you.
This is one question then. How do you, so since you only do content, how do you like track the ROI of content?
Well, it kind of depends on what they're looking for. So I don't pitch content. I pitch growth, audience growth, or I pitch lead generation, or I'll build your email list. I'm giving them what they want, the specific problems they have. I fix those problems. Content is simply the mechanism to do that.
Yeah.
So, it's not like, oh, I'll write content and then see what happens. I always ask a client on the first call, how are you measuring success? Like, what is it you're looking at as a success metric? And they'll always say, oh, we want to, build our email list, or we want to get more inbound leads. Okay, perfect. Now I know what I need to do. Now I know how I need to write the content. And from there, it comes down to just like, checking and balancing measures with your clients and making sure they're updating on what's going on. That sort of thing, really. I mean, like, so I've got the ghostwriting side that I've done for a long time. And then, Kai and I have got BD Labs now, which is basically like what we're doing is we'll go into enterprise level businesses or, real companies, not creators and stuff like that. And we'll go into real businesses where they have these issues, and we'll fix, firstly, content led inbound. So we'll fix all the inbound funnels, do founder content, do inbound funnels, we'll do lead magnets, etc., all this stuff. Plus we'll manage DMs, cold outreach, cold email, etc. So we'll do the whole thing.
The whole thing now, yeah.
And that's a significantly larger offer. But again, like that whole content problem, it's one piece of the pie for a lot of people. If you can provide content and the inbound that comes off the back of that, plus do outreach, either cold or warm outreach, like you'll make serious cash. I defy anyone to do that well and not make money, like serious money. So there's different ways of approaching it, depending on the client, depending on what they're specifically looking for, depending on if it's a business or an individual. You pitch them what they need. Yeah,
because, dude, when I'm talking to you, I'm realizing how overworked I make myself out to be, man. Like, because, like, I mean, I'm getting the same rates. It's just that you do content. I mean, again, you don't do content. You do like you solve the problem, right, through content. But for me, like,
I'm writing content.
Yeah, I do solve the problem, but I do it like, dude, I do email, I do lead magnet, I do DM and content. I'm like, fuck.
And the problem with that as well is, I mean this in a nice possible way. You can't do all of that perfectly. Like, you just cannot do all of that amazingly well. Because you don't have time. Like, how are you going to have the time to manage multiple clients doing that? You kind of cap out at a point, and you're going to struggle to scale past that. It's exactly what I had. When I first started ghostwriting, I got to 15K a month, and I was managing 6 clients. I physically did not have enough time in the day to scale past that, so I had to build it all, bring it all back. I sacked a few clients that were shit, weren't paying me money, paying me as much, and I built back with systems, or I built back with more infrastructure. And so you're going to have to get to a point where you can either simplify the offer so you can deliver to more clients, or scale the business so you can deliver to more clients at scale with, either by hiring people to do individual parts, or just charging them more money, or, doing comms based on delivery and stuff like that. Different things you can do, but generally speaking, like, simplify the offer. Most people overcomplicate things. They'll go and if I can deliver more stuff, the client will be happier. But it's like the old adage, jack of all trades, master of none. They'd rather work with the best person at this and the best person at that. If you could be the best at multiple things, or you hire absolute killers for your agency that can do it for you, then it's a bit different, because then you can, you have amazing results to back it up. You can go, well, we've got this guy will go in and do it. This guy's amazing. I'll do the content, etc., etc. Different ways of doing it.
I'll need to sit down after this podcast and reevaluate that. But yeah,
just here to make your day hard.
Actually making my day easier. Like, I mean, now it's going to be hard because I have to think about it. But in the future, it is going to be easier, because like I can just say, oh yeah, I don't do that. Like I don't do DMs or I don't do emails. I just do content.
Well, just charge more. Just say, I can do DMs, but I charge more for it. Like, and then hire someone to do it for you. Hire a setter. Send DMs. Just give them very specific. Or you hire someone that just opens up conversations and then they jump in. Or then, whatever. Different ways you can doing it. Like sitting in DMs and sending out like 100 DMs a day manually, it's just tiresome work. It takes hours to find people and send them out. If you hire someone to do it for you, just open conversations, then all you do is jump in when they're already conversing, they've come back to you. Then it's a lot more scalable. I don't know. Personally, like I think by offering all of those three things, like content, email, and outreach, I think what you're doing is you're niching yourself down into like a creator market. Because there's very few people that like big businesses don't have those problems. They don't have the email problem. They'll be like, we want founder content and we want outreach. That'll be it mostly. Email is a factor that I don't think as many people think about, or it's just, or they want to do cold email. So I feel like I could be wrong on this, but I feel like you'll get more creator style businesses coming to you than real proper businesses.
Yeah, I work with individual. I haven't worked with like, a business. I've worked with only individuals. Like I've worked with some CEOs, but not for their companies, just them.
The companies are where the money's at because they've got big marketing budgets.
God damn. Okay.
That's where you want to go.
That makes me...
They're not interested in emails and stuff like that. They don't want that. Solopreneurs are fine, but you make more money elsewhere.
Yeah. I just made a sale right now.
Oh, nice.
You're a lucky charm, dude. We just helped on a call. Like,
rub my head.
PayPal notifications, man.
Love it.
Oh, like, okay. That's the ghostwriting part. I learned a lot from that. Now I want to go into more, because now I see you going to more of a consulting side, right? I see like you launch your offer as well, like blue chip. That's how you call it, like blue chip clients, right? What made you go into that consulting, do it with you route?
Honestly, like talking to people like yourself, where it's people are seriously overcomplicating stuff. Like you can make a lot more money by just working with the right people. Yeah. And I feel, my background has always been working with like top businesses, either in recruitment or in doing what I'm doing now. Like I have NYSE listed founders. I've worked with fund managers as a ghostwriter. Before that, I worked with Gucci, Louis Vuitton, McLaren in recruitment. So like I've always worked with these big clients, big corporates, and the budgets are massive. They're a lot easier to work with because all of them are motivated to get a result because they want to be the person that fixed the problem within the business. So like if you can find someone, you can charge them way more money, you can deliver really good results, and as a result you can then leverage that to get even more clients. So it's just like it's like a multiplicative effect. You get one blue chip client, you can turn it into 5, and they'll pay you so much more money than you're going to get from going into the creator market. And it's a lot more scalable. It's far more scalable. Like it's the difference between doing like 10K a month and doing 100K a month. It really is that difference. Like you're never going to do 100K a month working with solopreneurs or working with creators. It's impossible. And I will give my life savings to someone that proves me wrong, but I've not been proven wrong. You have to work with businesses. Proper blue chip businesses will pay you that money. And that's what I want to help people do. That's what we're helping people do. We're building out the best coaching platform on the internet, in my opinion. We're going to cover every problem someone can possibly have, with scaling their business. And that's going to cover content, inbound, outreach, either cold outreach, cold email, and then closing them, all of that, offer building, but how to simplify that down to the point where you just get results. Like we're not interested in all the fluffy crap that a lot of other programs have, where it's like, oh, here's this esoterical shit. We're here to make money. We'll teach you to make money. Like, I'm just not interested in that. I want to help people make more money. You know, and I'm quite blunt, as you can probably tell.
What you're talking about, man? But I didn't expect you to go that deep, man.
Yeah, well, you know, gotta call it what it is. Yeah, like people are here to make money. Let's help them make money. You know, like fundamentally.
All right.
And so, Kai is an outreach wizard. I've never known someone to do what he can do. It's absolutely insane. We've both got backgrounds in recruitment. We've both, come up through old school business development. So we understand, not just how to make money online, but how to make money offline. And I think that's a really powerful differentiator when you can make money offline through a phone and, like a phone book, something like as simple as that. Doing it online with all the tools you have becomes child's play, and combining those two together, which I think a lot of people have, to be honest with you, combining those two together, like we're getting our clients amazing results. So we're building the coaching offer, which is coaching. It's like a consulting sort of done with you service. And on top of that, we also have a done for you, which is, like basically we'll come in and do all of that for you, and usually we're talking, serious businesses, marketing firms, stuff like that, where they would just want to run operations and have someone else come in and do their outreach and client generation for them. And
it's like an agency, somewhat.
Service. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But we're only working with companies that are like really interesting and are looking for long-term relationships, and we can deliver massive results for, or working with killers that we can put in these businesses. Kind of what we're thinking as well, or like what the plan is to use our coaching offer, our sort of community, as almost an incubator for talent. Our job is not just we don't just want to teach people how to build their business. We want to also help them get experience within cool companies and get like great, these great sort of roles. So our plan is to have the kind of the consulting community as a incubator, find the best talent, and then when we get these clients that we want to place someone in to do either cold outreach or content, we'll literally go, cool, right, here's a job,
right?
Like that. And like that's kind of the plan as well. It's to not just teach people, but also like get them over that first step, or get them over the fifth step or whatever. Get them into cool companies, get them working. Everyone can make money from it. Like we'll all do well. So that's the plan. We have lofty goals, but I have no doubt we're going to achieve them.
Dude, the way you talk, the way you present it, and the way you you broke down how to get leads on the internet just right now. Like I'm pretty sure you will, dude. And your claim that it's the best in the planet, I feel like it will be, or if it already is.
I mean, you got to have a lofty goal, right? You got to have a lofty goal. It's certainly the best on platform, that's for sure. I have no doubt in that. So we'll see about the planet. I'm working on the planet. It might take a few years to get to that point. But,
just X first.
Got to start somewhere, right?
LinkedIn, X or LinkedIn.
Our plan is to kind of do a bit of everything. X, LinkedIn. Like we're moving out onto YouTube as well. Mm-hmm. YouTube's an amazing lead gen tool, absolutely incredible. The job is to be omnipresent. That's what we're doing. I mean, fuck Instagram off and fuck TikTok off. I have no interest in that. Horrible platforms. I don't want to watch bloody brain rot reels. Like I'm not interested. But the other ones, great for business. So that is that's the mission. That's the plan. We're launching that properly soon. We've got a small group already that we're doing it with, and the results are sick. So, and there's some of them are in my bio, so we can have a look if you want. But yeah, working with some big people already in the sort of in the creator space that people already know, helping them get out of that creator bubble and out into the real world, real businesses, and make real money. Scale past 10, 15K. Like, don't get me wrong, making 10K a month is nice, but like, it don't go that far. It doesn't go that far in reality. 30K goes a bit further. 50K goes even further than that. And that's really where we want to get people to. It's not just like get your first 5K or get your first client. It's like, right, let's work with people that already are in that spot and are struggling to scale to 30. Because we can get you there. And then from there, it's like, right, okay, what's next? Do you want to go to 100? Do you want to stay at 30 and just live, like, have a really nice lifestyle? Like, everyone should be at that point because it is 100% achievable. If you're good at what you do and, you're competent and you can deliver and you have proof that you can deliver, like, there is no reason why you can't be at 30K. Like, literally no reason. It comes down to not enough distribution, not having the right offer, or just not knowing how to sell it. And we can fix all of those.
Crap. I was going to ask something, but I zoned out because that was a beautiful speech. But dude,
Charmer.
yeah, I was charmed, man. Crap. Okay, the so imagine like I'm a. Oh, now I remember what I was gonna say first. Like, dude, that's what I'm trying to go do as well, because I notice it, like, especially on Money X, like the creator bubble in Money X is just like people selling each other their shit. Like, right? You know what I mean, right?
Mate, it's just ridiculous. Like, the fact that no one can realize that it's just a huge pyramid is insane. And this is someone who was part of that. Like, I was in that world for a long time, and I've escaped that, and I realized that. So I can speak from experience. It's not like I'm just shitting on people, but I mean, like, that was me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is exactly like that. You're selling marketing services to marketers.
To marketers.
Because does that not flag something in your brain that maybe I should go to people that don't understand marketing?
Yeah.
You know, because all you get is biz op opportunities. It's basically like, you know, here's my 3-step program to make your first 1K a month or 5, whatever. Like, it's just all the same shit.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's teaching the same stuff over and over again. It's everyone's programs are just repackaged versions of themselves. I mean, there's literal JK clones. Like, literal clones. So, like, what's that about? Like, it's not a unique mechanism. You stole it from JK Molina. Good one. So, like, do something different. Build a proper business. Build a proper offer.
Dude,
work with real clients.
Escape,
so create a bubble. Escape it.
Yeah.
Flee. Make real money.
Yeah. All right. So now I want to, like, kind of ask that too. If, like, for example, I'm a new creator, you know, like, and I am like one of the JK clones, right? Like, what would your, if I signed up for your program right now, like, just break down step by step, what would you make me do step by step?
Okay. First thing we're going to make you do is we're going to get you to do a ton of market research to actually find out what people want. So you're not going to be pitching something people don't want or don't need.
Yeah.
Because creating an offer and not validating it is insane. It is a waste of your time. Because you see people do this all the time. I'm going to create a new offer. I'm going to pitch it to people. And then no one fucking wants it because they haven't validated it. So first thing, you validate your offer, right? And then we build a tactical offer. And it's exactly what I mentioned to you. So, you know, asking the client what they need. You almost have a menu of things that you can provide. And then from that menu, we go, like, you know, you go to clients, you say, right, what is it you want off this menu? How can I help you? So we build that out. And then we put in either inbound funnels or cold outreach, basically build those in, you know, systemized, it's simple stuff. Again, if people want us to do that for them, we'll do that. We'll charge more for it, but we'll do it. And then we get them to a point where we'll scale them. It's about, you know, not just having an offer that converts, but also like getting eyes on it and getting it to, like, getting, you know, money through the door. Doesn't, like, leads don't count unless it's cash collected. Well, that's what we want to get to. So that's where you start. Validate your offer, build out the tactical offer, ladder up and down. You can do different ways. You can either have, you know, done for you, done with you, different service levels. Yeah. Everyone should have different service levels. That's one thing as well. You know, people have one level of offer. You're kind of missing out because some people will pay you more money for more service, and some people want less service. Yeah. You should always have some sort of ladder there. And then it's literally just lead gen, but lead gen done smartly, lead gen done properly. No, not like blast 100 DMs a day saying like, "Hi,
hey, I noticed your
services." No, they don't. Go away. Tactical outreach, finding actual clients that could benefit from your service and having conversations with them, diagnosing problems and saying, "Can I talk to you? I can help you." Then getting on calls and then selling to them. Like, everyone hates sales calls because, you know, I don't know, everyone's introverted and can't talk on calls. I don't get it. Dude, sales calls are the number one tool. They're amazing. They're amazing. And the better you are on the sales call, like, or discovery call, whatever you want to call it, the better you are on that call, the longer you'll retain clients, the more credible you are. Yeah, exactly. And again, you understand their problems. If you're pitching them something like off the bat, they might buy it. 1 in 10 might buy it. But then they get a month in and they're like, actually, this isn't really what I wanted. Yeah. Whereas if you just spoke to them in the first place, they tell you their problems, they tell you what they want, and then you can fix it.
Yeah.
That's the job. That's
One
the
thing,
plan.
There was, like, I was working with a CEO before. He's also a marketing agency. He wanted to build a personal brand. And he said that, like, sometimes they don't even, of course, they want their problem solved, but most of the time it's actually just the client experience. I think that's what the term he used. it doesn't even matter if you, of course, you need to over deliver and all, but as long as you have like good client experience, you will retain that client for like the longest time.
Dude, client experience is everything. Like the way that it's not just. I mean, client experience and retention starts before the first call, because it's all about how slick you are, how good your content is, how much of a match you are for what they're looking for. But also, you jump on the first call. If you're confident, you sound, eloquent, you know how to talk about what you do, you understand their problems more than just them saying, "I have this issue." Like, this is where a lot of people I think go wrong as well, is they talk just about problems, and it's not about the problem itself, it's what causes those problems. It's the cause of the underlying issues that cause those problems. That's what they need solving. So if you can talk to a client and say to them, I understand the underlying reasons why you have this problem and I can fix them, all of a sudden that client knows this guy gets it, he understands the market extremely well, I can trust him, and then from there it's regular communication. If something isn't working out, own it. Like a lot of people are scared of talking to clients. If they don't get good results for 1 month, they'll ignore the client and hope the client doesn't notice. The client knows, they know it's not good results. The best thing to do is to go to them and say, look, this month's results were not what we hoped for, right? They weren't great. Put our hands up. We tried something, it didn't work, but we have a plan. We have a plan, and this is what we're going to do, and we believe this is going to work. If that doesn't work, then we're going to have another plan, and we're going to use that, and that is going to work. The clients just need to know that you're on it. They need to know that you have a plan, you're thinking about them, and you know your shit. If you can do that, and you can continuously do that, then you'll retain clients for like as long as you want. It's all about communication and just proving competence continuously.
So one last question. So because you said you want to take like clients, or the clients for the consulting offer is people who are already at 5K and then you boost them. So does that mean like you're not going to work with someone who just got into freelancing, ghostwriting, or like the creator bubble?
It depends on their situation is the honest answer. We won't work with people that are broke, to be frank. I don't know how a better way of saying it. No, but like, I mean this in the nicest possible way. I won't take money off someone who doesn't have enough money to invest. If someone's just left their 9 to 5, they have 40K in savings, and they have a lot of skills that they can like directly from their 9 to 5 that we can build into an offer. That's a different thing, because we can get quick results. They can deliver quickly. They have the money to invest, and we can get them a return on their investment fast. If it's someone that has no skills and needs to learn skills and has like a couple of $1,000, like we don't want to take their money. I don't want to bankrupt somebody. I'm not interested in that. So it depends on the client. Generally speaking, we want converting offers that are currently working, but we can tweak and improve and scale to 30K. Yes, we will work with new people, but in very specific situations. If that makes sense. Has to be viable longer term for people. We don't want to just like take someone's money for the sake of it. Have to get them an ROI.
I know too many people who do that.
Everyone does it. A lot of people do it, and I think it's a really shitty thing to do. Because you end up with a lot of people that basically spend way too much money they don't have and don't get results, and then they go on to the next program because they do the
exact same thing.
I get results in this one, and again and again and again and again. Our job is to break that cycle. We want to be the only program people need to go to get to 30K, and stop the kind of biz op addiction that is money Twitter. That's what we want to stop that. We're taking Money X to rehab. Biz op rehab. We're gonna cure them of their disease.
Love it, dude. All right. So one thing I like to ask my guest is like, throughout the conversation, if I could have asked one question that you wish I asked, what question would it have been, and how would you answer it?
Oh Christ! Now put me on the spot. Okay. So here's an interesting one. I've had this asked by a few people recently, and I think the answer is really interesting. So, I get a lot of people ask me how I approach content, because there's a lot of differing opinions out there. There's a lot of platitude addicts who get hundreds of likes but make no money, and they make money with them. There's loads of them. So the way I approach content to make money is very specific. I look at the client of the client I'm working with, or if you write for yourself, just who are your ideal client is, and you've got to validate what their problems are. You have to jump on calls with them, speak to people, ask them their issues, They will give you the answers to all the content you ever need to write. They'll give you all the problems they have. And then what you do is you break all those problems down one by one. And then you look at all the possible underlying root causes of those problems. So, for example, I can't get clients. It could be your offer sucks, your content sucks, your funnels suck, you do no outreach. There's I can think of probably 10 if you gave me enough time. There's a gazillion different reasons why these problems occur. So then with your content, all you do is you look at those underlying issues and you answer them one by one by one by one by one. And then you give proof that you've answered them or proof that you've fixed that for somebody else. If you do that and you only do that, you will make so much more money than the people that post platitudes. It is insane. It is like night and day different. Underlying problems. But you're not fixing problems. You're not telling them how to fix it. You're highlighting the issues.
Right.
You're not going, here's how to write DMs.
Yeah.
It's you can't get clients because you're obsessed with inbound and you're not doing enough cold outreach. And cold outreach is incredibly important. If you're not doing cold outreach, you're missing out. You're missing out on a huge segment of the market. If you want to learn how to do cold outreach, here's my offer where I have proven experience that I can help you with. That's how you position it. You highlight the issue, you show what they're missing out, like the opportunity cost of them not doing it, and then you give them the solution, which is your offer. Client Gen 101 from content.
Easy.
That's how you do it. There you go. That's the question I would have asked.
Cool, man. All right. So where can people find you, dude? And is there anything you'd like to announce? Maybe like offers?
Where can you find me? You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on LinkedIn. Charlie Bennett on both. You can find my newsletter at charliebennett.com. 2 N's, 2 T's in Bennett. As for offers, I am, we're announcing very soon our new consulting gig, which is going to be interesting. So people keep your eyes peeled for that. It's called Built Different. It is built different to everything else. It's going to be sick. We're going to make people a lot of money. And that'll be coming out very soon. So keep your eyes open for that.
Excited, man. Thanks for hopping in, Charlie. And see you around, dude.
Really enjoyed it.